My first question is, going from the conflicts in the beginning of the book between Lee and Longstreet, is there still conflict to this like section still going on?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Because it's just like, going through it all.
Yeah. And if there is conflict, what is the conflict about? Do you like is it still the same thing?
Yeah, like they're still trying to decide like what each other's moves are and what they should do themselves.
Yeah, because like they're still like they're not still agreeing. Like they're disagreeing on what they should do and what they shouldn't do.
Like on
and
everything,
still,
really.
It's still going on. Like I don't think they've met like in between. Like you know what I mean? Okay. And what happened to Chamberlain's foot?
He slipped on wet rocks.
Yeah, and then like it broke or like it got cut or something.
It was like bleeding and he's still in
Yeah.
pain and it's still bleeding. Do you agree with their army going through the center of the other side? That they're going through the center.
I mean, center might be kind of smart though, if you take out, because usually most people put like their strongest men in the center, and so if you can take them out first, then you're kind of safe.
It was kind of
But then you've got two sides coming in on it. Like there's two but like they're going through the middle. They're gonna have two forces coming at you because like in the center instead of going at the end, there's only one coming at you. You know?
I'm sure they thought
But if they go through
this,
But I think they thought it through enough to like know what they're doing.
Yeah, so.
Yeah. And there's like talk about like horses and stuff. Like what happened like with the horses and stuff. Like
They were like freaking out and bucking people off.
well, like I don't really like
With that, but maybe it was the fact of guys going head on and like swiping each other off. It was like scaring the horses with all that
Yeah.
I guess.
stuff.
I really, because like there was a section talking about horses and stuff, and I wasn't really sure. Like, and there like something at night, like something happened. Like there was like I think somebody was wandering at night, and like there was a guy on like a horse or something, and like they're like, "Whoa, you need to get a better horse," because it was like throwing somebody off. Like, I don't really know.
Okay, my turn. What did Chamberlain see on page 310? Do I need a book? Because he saw something, like a big swirl of like black hole, something, but but that doesn't make any sense.
Smoke was everywhere. There was gun firing.
It was like at the bottom of 310.
And he heard the whicker of certain shells.
Yeah, it was like he couldn't see anything just from the
Yeah, because it was so dark, like
and
it
like
was
all the
dark for
smoke
him.
was blinding him.
Yeah.
So all he saw was like the fire.
So
and
that's
the
what they're
shots.
talking about, of like just the smoke.
And the
the
fire
fires and
shots.
stuff. Like he doesn't know what direction they're coming from. Like he's getting confused. Like I think I'd be confused too.
Yeah.
Alright. Who do you guys think is really going to win? Like, who do you think? Cause
At this point, it's the Union has too much backup. It's kind of not really possible for the.
I really don't know. Like I think the whole like this side, it's really confusing to me. And to be honest with you, like I am really confused on which side's which. Like I still to this like I don't really like I know like what's going on with each side. So like I really don't have an idea like who knows.
okay. With all of this terror going on, how is Longstreet taking all this? Like, you know what I mean? Because with his like family and stuff like that.
I think he's kind of like laid. He doesn't show. I don't know. Like he's laid back kind of, but I know he's like feeling like pain and stuff to it. Like and like he has a different take on things, but I don't think he's like showing it. Like
No, like he has a lot disturbing him, like with the family dying and everything. But
I think he's
doesn't
kind of
really
used to
know
that
how
kind
to
of
get
like stuff
rid of
happening
it.
that's bad. But I don't think
Yeah.
I don't think he's like truly like showing like. But I know there's something there.
Yeah.
Okay. What protection do they have while fighting? What I mean by that is, you know how like sometimes they have like the little tiny hills like this high of like stone. Like, do they still have that? And do they have like little cave hut things built?
They have a rock barrier because that's where what's his name slipped and like hurt his foot.
Chamberlain.
Yeah, that's where he hurt his foot because of the rock barrier. So they have things. It's just like not really. I don't think.
Because like
I don't think they spend a lot of time on it because I do know that they had like rocks and stuff, or else he would not.
Cause like you see, like some pictures have like
Like
you
there are
see about
barriers.
Civil War,
Like
like
you
there's
get down
like barrier
under
type
like the
things.
ground and
Yeah.
there's
There's
like a
explosive
dip in the
stuff.
ground and then there's
Yeah.
rocks. Like I think that's.
But then there's
yeah.
like sometimes you see the pictures of like it's just plain old open field and there's nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like it was confusing. And the last one is who is the worried? No, who is the worried in general ways? Like who is the most worried that they're gonna like lose something? You know what I mean?
Like who worries the most?
I think it's
Yeah, like in a way.
it's Lee. Like you can see it. He has depression almost.
Yeah.
Like with the pain he has in
He-
his leg. And
He's
then,
not
like,
a
his
very
heart and
clean.
stuff.
Like he's not a clean up man. Like you know what I mean? Like he has some bad to him and like I
Like
think
he's
that
just like all,
he's-
he's not all good that he
and
cares
he
about.
like he worries a
Yeah.
lot about stuff
So-
and like he shows it. Like you can tell. Like there's like,
Everyone notices.
Yeah, you can tell that he worries about everything and he's not okay with everything.
Okay, well that's all my 5.
Okay. My first one is what moves have the generals made that you like strongly disagree or agree with?
Going well.
Well, the
Yeah.
center thing, I kind of agree to the fighting through the center.
Yeah,
And
I definitely agree
It's
with
okay
that.
with that. But what I disagree is with them disagreeing with themselves. I disagree with their disagreeing. Yeah.
That is a good point. Like I do agree with them going into the center first because that's usually where the strongest people are.
Yeah.
And the thing that I disagree with is just not thinking about what they're doing
Yeah.
and just going out and just killing people. I mean, you gotta have a plan.
I think they have a plan. It's just that they don't really like agree on things. So
Yeah,
it's
that's-
like
yeah.
agree to disagree. Let's like
Okay. Second one is what did the Confederate soldiers think they were fighting for? Like, because they said that it was about the war was about slavery, but that was not what they were fighting for.
Was it
they're
for
fight-
freedom? It wasn't for freedom.
That's what I caught. It was
Yeah.
like it was.
I think
fighting
because
for
they're
their
not.
own right.
This book,
Yeah.
I would have thought there would have been a lot more talk of slavery because there was going on, and I don't think the book, the author itself, Sahara or whatever, I don't think the author,
Yeah.
Michael Shahara, I don't think like he really touched. He skimmed over things, and I really do think that he should have mentioned more about slavery. But like I think that the book itself is kind of directed differently towards what the actual like happened.
Like what really happened? Because,
I think he's missing key points, like some of the stuff, because I know that I got online the other day and I was looking up like just like the book and like people were making comments and stuff and I saw that people were like, well, he's missing stuff, like he skimmed over like and Chamberlain, like he has a big role of Chamberlain in this book and like Chamberlain didn't really have he did, but it wasn't as big as his book's lead.
wait a get in there, Katie.
Okay. What are your thoughts on Lee and the way like he's always in pain and like worrying about it?
He needs to knock it off.
Yes, he's a wimp. I mean,
He's
just
got-
like you guys said
It's
earlier
just-
with Lee,
he's got
it's just
depression,
the
I
fact
mean,
It's
that
weird to
Yeah.
think of it like that though, because
He's
whenever
got
you hear
depression.
about him, he's like the big leader of the Confederates.
yeah, like the
He's
big
always some
hero
hero.
type thing. But
Yeah.
It's like the
He's
book doesn't
kind of
really own
wimp.
up to that.
Yeah, he's kind of like a wimp.
Yeah.
It's
I feel that
Just thinking about it like a dog, okay? This is nothing really to do with Civil War, but think about like a Great Dane dog. They're like massive and they look scary,
that he's
but they're
Yeah.
wimps. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
they're, like,
scary,
They're
right?
nicknamed
and I think
like a
he needs
general
to get over
diet.
himself because he's just holding everybody back.
Yeah.
Okay. If you were a soldier, equal rank or not, would you ever argue with Lee?
Heck yeah! If I didn't like something, I'd kill that man off quick.
Well, I don't know. Like I would, but like there'd be a certain extent to it because like I'm a wimp to begin with. Like I don't like going out and calling people out. Like I face that like every day. If I have a problem with you, I'll probably just keep my mouth shut. But like to a point, I think maybe I would call him out and like, but I would do it like in a certain way because like if I do it like I'd be afraid like he'd try to kill me or something. No.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't
wouldn't
know.
want to
Like,
get shot.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
5
Like,
is-
I think that a lot of people don't really argue with him as much as him and
Because they
Wall
know that.
Street.
Yeah.
They,
But they're, like,
they can
really
do that
close.
because
So
they're
they're-
both general, like
Yeah.
they're high up.
Yeah.
And
So 5 is kind of following that. It's like if you would, like, what would it be that you'd argue about, and if you wouldn't, then
I would
why?
argue about like his game plan. Like
Yes, exactly. Like the position.
I'd
like,
argue
where
the
his
same
men are
thing
going
about
to be.
I'd argue the same thing that Longstreet and him are arguing about their game plan, and I disagree with some of his things, just like Longstreet did.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. How
that's
long
it.
was that, Mick?